right. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let me give myself another round of applause. I want to welcome everybody to another episode of Club Pizzle. I am, of course, Pizzle, Pie God, him, Uncle Don, all of those good things. Just want to welcome y'all in. Thank y'all for being patient with me. It's been just a rough couple of weeks that I just honestly, to be all the way honest with y'all, I didn't feel like recording. I was tired. And you gotta try to power through that stuff. Look at my video looking all crazy on the video. I'm gonna try to fix that. Maybe if I brighten the lights up a little bit. But thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for the patience. I know y'all gonna catch it, and it's just been like I said, it's been an interesting few days in the life of me, trying to rest and trying not to overthink and trying all of that. You know how it is, man. Life comes at you, when life starts to life, and sometimes you got to take time out for yourself. But thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all tune in to last week's episode of Full Disclosure, which came out was that either Monday night or Tuesday morning it came out. Myself and Jocelyn Brown, we tackled some pretty good topics there. Also, in the near future coming up, we are going to be doing we're going to be doing something a little different over there. Me and Jocelyn, me and her had a conversation, and we're going to start doing some other things over at Full Disclosure, getting, just engaging with y'all a little more and different topics and stuff like that. But let's get to why we're here. Club Pizzle. It was an interesting week. It was a fight week. It was two massive boxing matches that took place this week. One of them took place on Tuesday morning. Another one took place last night. I just want to say I am satisfied with what I got with boxing this week. Two big fights, two championship fights, pound for pound kings, the best fighting the best. Yo O against my O. I'm not protecting my O. So let's get to it, man. Y'all got to excuse me. I can't talk. Naoya Inoue, my bad, reached legendary status, dismantling Cool Boy Steph Fulton. He destroyed him. It was a massacre. And to my surprise, that it happened that way. I thought Cool Boy was going to put up a better fight than he did, but Cool Boy just was too cool in there. He was outboxed. He was out muscled. He was just out everything. I think he felt Inoue's power and was like, oh, shoot, I'm in trouble. Trying to watch my mouth today, y'all. Trying not to curse. Doggone something flying around over here on me. Excuse me. But it was a dismantling. And looking at that fight, I'm like, damn, it might not matter what happens on Saturday. Because this dude right here looked like the second coming of Manny Pacquiao, which is exactly who he looks like. And he's kind of taking that road. He's come up from, I think he's up like maybe his third weight class, maybe Like he started 112, 118. He is at 126 now, or something like that. I mean, it was a dismantling, like a real dismantling. And it was so surprising. I was just like, oh my goodness. And like I said, it wasn't nothing that Cool Boy Steph Fulton could do. He got the cool knocked out of him. The constant pressure, the just it was a dismantling. Now, what's next? Like this is the part of boxing that a lot of people don't understand, or this is just the part that people don't understand. When you take a loss, how do you respond to your L? We're gonna see what happens with Cool Boy Steph. I don't think there's gonna be a rematch here. I mean, it's gonna be more of that kind of talk a little in a minute. I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet today for real, y'all. This is really gonna be short and sweet, just because y'all just need to hear what I have to say about last night's fight. But with the monster, anyway, stay where you at. Maybe 130 is maybe the highest you probably could go. Stay away from 135. They already talking. Inoue versus Tank Davis. I think he's too small for Tank, and Tank's a small guy. I don't think he has it for any of those guys at 135. Not Tank, not Pitbull, not Kambosos, not T.O., who's not Haney, who's moving up to 140. And he's trying to stay at 135, whatever. I just don't think I don't think the monster has the size, or he might have the skills, but I just stay where you at. 130 may be the highest that he can go, but I can see him trying this Manny Pacquiao thing and going as high as 135, 140. But let's give a big salute and a big hand to the man. Anyway. What a performance. 25 wins. He's from junior flyweight to junior bantamweight, now to bantamweight, now to super bantamweight, 4 division champion. Yeesh. Now he's looking at maybe 130, 135, like I said. I don't think he should do that. Now let's get to last night's festivities. I don't want to talk about the undercard. I really don't care for the undercard. I'm just gonna be all the way honest about it. I didn't care about the undercard. It was not. I mean, I care, but the fights just didn't deliver the way that it would have been. Then expectations, but my expectations weren't super high for these. So I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna just skip past them. Whatever. I mean, shout out to Pitbull for getting the W. He said, "Cruz, I like Pitbull." He gave Tank his toughest fight as of right now. I wouldn't mind Tank running that one back, to be honest. But let's get to it, man. And like I said, this is gonna be a short episode. I'm gonna be back full blast on Thursday. I'm just giving y'all's dose. It's like almost like a bonus episode. But I'm gonna give y'all something. I'll get to it. Terrence Bud Crawford. Woo! That man, he was on a mission. Terrence Crawford was. He heard all y'all shit. He read all y'all shit. And he was like, all right. You could actually feel it in the press conferences starting, the first couple of press conferences. That the hell? It was the confidence that Bud spoke with. He was confident. He was quiet. But to me, it was just silly. Like them two dudes, him and Errol Spence Jr., the trash talk between the two of them, it almost seemed forced. It was too respectable for boxing. I say that on the trash talk side. It was two guys who really did have a lot of respect for each other and recognized the other. Say, I know what this guy can do. I know this dude is a dog. I know this dude get busy. He knew it. But looking just the press conferences, and now I'm just reflecting back, and I've done this for the last 15 hours since the fight ended. As I'm recording this, I've been thinking about Bud's demeanor through everything. Through him going on IG Live and explaining what was going on with PBC and those guys. And he took that fight, what was it, last November or something like that I didn't watch. I may go back and watch it now that he didn't fought Errol. But his demeanor through that to his demeanor when the fight was announced to his demeanor while they were doing the press run, his demeanor didn't change. The confidence he spoke with, his facial expression is practically the same. Just go back, y'all. Just go back and look at a lot of this stuff and just watch Terrence Crawford's demeanor. I watched him on $1 Million Worth of Game. His interview on Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson is out. I think he did the pivot with RC and Channing and Fred. But his demeanor didn't change. He didn't raise his voice. The only time he raised his voice was the day before the fight, or maybe the Thursday before the fight at the press conference when he was telling Errol Spence's people, y'all gotta relax. Shut up, I'll beat your ass. It's basically what he told dude. Relax, I'll beat your ass. I'm a 3-division champion. About to be undisputed champion. I've been undisputed champion in 1 division. And I watched him last night taping his own fists and talking to Jim Gray. The look he had, it was bad intentions. He had bad intentions. It was focused. He was locked in. It was like he knew exactly what was getting ready to happen. And he told everybody what was going to happen. I got my fishing pole. I got my fishing net. I got my fishing boat. And on July 29th, 2023, I'm going to be frying fish. And boy, was he frying fish. Salute to Terrence Bud Crawford, 9th round TKO of Errol Spence Jr. to become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. He is now the first male fighter to win undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. And I hate that. I hate the 4-belt shit. I hate it. I really just despise it so much. It makes me sick to my stomach, y'all. Just believe me when I tell you. He's been undisputed in 2 divisions. He's 40-0. Last night was a signature performance. This man came in undefeated, going up against another undefeated guy. He was the underdog. A lot of people had him as the underdog. A lot of people I know was like, Bud gonna get his ass kicked. I told my coworker, I said Bud and 9. I told him that during the week, Bud and 9. I did go back and forth with him, like, damn, it's gonna be Spence, it's gonna be Bud. It's like it was so even. I've never seen a fight of this magnitude that was so evenly split down the middle between the 2 fighters. Fans and experts alike, everybody was split down the middle, and everybody had respect for the one that they didn't pick. And I was out, I went, and shout out to Mr. Shredder. That's my guy, man. I had to call my guy, make sure he's good. He was a little salty last night. You know, Earl is his guy. Like, me and him have had this discussion for a while. Like, we've been talking about this. Like, Bud, Spence, like, what's it gonna be? We've had this we sat and had this conversation, and Meech always stood on the side of Errol Spence Jr. He just favored EJ over Bud. And as we sitting there watching that fight last night, Meech turned and looked at me and was like, EJ getting his ass whooped. Bud beating the hell out of EJ right now. EJ got to do something because EJ getting his ass whooped. And the first round, it was like, all right, he walking him down. He doing his thing. But that knockdown in the second round is what changed the fight. I was like, all right, we got to fight now. And I'm thinking, all right, they're going to go back and forth. But watching Terrence Crawford throw that jab with all the bad intentions in the world behind it and it being effective, I was just sitting there mesmerized. This is one of the best boxing performances I have ever seen. I've been watching boxing for 35 years. I've been watching boxing since I was 5 years old. 4 years old. Somewhere. Hagler Hearns was like my first boxing memory. Whenever the fuck that happened. That's how long I've been watching boxing. ABC Wide World of Sports, when fights was actually on regular TV. You could catch them. The Tyson era. That performance Terrence Bud Crawford put on last night is all-time great. It's going to be remembered because he was supposed to be the smaller guy. He was supposed to be overmatched. He was supposed to be out of his league. Nope, wasn't the case. He went in there and he did work. That facial expression did not change. I'm telling you. He was sitting there talking to Jim Gray, and you could just see his facial expression. You could just see the facial expression. I don't think he wanted to look Jim Gray in the face because I don't think he wanted to scare Jim. And Jim don't scare. I don't think Jim scares easily. But the calmness in Terrence's voice told me something. I say he is about to go off. He is about to win this fight. I thought it was going to go. I was saying Bud in 9 or it's going to go 12. That's where I was. I was really on the fence with it. Like, damn, Spence can win this damn fight, or damn, Bud can win this fight. It was one of those pick 'em fights. Now, what's next? Errol Spence wants to run it back. I don't think his team really wants to run it back. I don't think the fans want them to run it back. I mean, of course, Bud is going to say, yeah, y'all here tonight. Y'all here now. Y'all paid to see this. Y'all are paid to see it again. I don't know, Bud. This was a pretty major ass whooping in front of a lot of people. This one don't need no rematch. Yes, the rematch clause is in there. You gave him what he wanted. They trying to do it again in December. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to watch it, because I am going to watch it. I will watch Bud Crawford beat his ass again. And he wants it to be at 154. So that's one reason why I think that it's not going to happen. Errol Spence Jr. knew that, I mean, he's fought at 147 pounds his whole entire career. Before I go on, let me applaud. I want to give props to Errol Spence Jr. Until last night, he's beat everybody he faced. Beating the hell out of people. 28-0 in his career. We all seen EJ fight. We know what he's capable of. We know how great he was pre-accident. And I hate to even bring the accident in this, but it's a part of his story. It's a part of his narrative. He has bounced back from that. Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that accident and seen the video of him flying out of the car. There is no way in the world that he's supposed to be in a boxing ring. But he got back in there. He got himself together. He got back in there. Had a shoulder surgery. Let's admit, he's not the same fighter that he was. But he's not going to say that. Everybody else will say that. And I'm saying it too. I know it. He knows it. But Errol is not going to say that. No way in hell EJ says, but accident in the shoulder surgery, the inactivity. He's not going to say that. He just got in there, like he said. Terrence was the better man tonight. He got me. And yes, he got him. He got him. But I'm going to salute Errol Spence Jr. I have nothing but respect for Errol Spence Jr. He wanted this fight, so did Bud. They both wanted this one. They've been on the collision course for at least 5 years, 6 years. And they got in there and they made it happen. He stepped in there and he made it happen. Everybody, like, when you're in combat sports, I don't think it's designed for you to be undefeated. I don't know where y'all get off in this society thinking that when a guy loses one time, that he's garbage or that he's overrated. And I saw some of y'all posting that shit. I saw some of y'all talking real crazy. Y'all get on these apps and talk real reckless about these professionals like they won't fuck y'all up in real life. Y'all need to humble yourself. Errol Spence just got in the ring with a guy who was on a mission, with a guy who had a lot to prove, with a guy who wanted to shut all of his skeptics up. He ain't fought nobody. He's not a bigger draw. He's not the A side. He's a paper champion. He's too little. He's this. He's that. Bud Crawford stepped in that ring last night with his fish gear on. He had his fishing gear on. He had a fish net. He was ready. He had his he went after Moby Dick with his fishing pole. Pause. He went after he went big fishing. He had his pole. Pause. He had his net. He had his boat, and he reeled the big fish in. And he took the big fish out, and it was a fish fry last night. Ladies and gentlemen, Terrence Bud Crawford. What's next for these two? Errol Spence Jr. is going to be moving up to 154 pounds, and which he should. He's been at 47 his whole career. They're saying he's been struggling his last few fights to get to 147, so a natural move up to 154 is fine. Only thing about that is Jermell Charlo is up there, and they'll be waiting on him, I guess. But they're in the same camp, or they friends, or something like that. But I think that would be a good fight. I'm just not of the belief that this one loss takes away from everything that Errol Spence has done in boxing and all the guys that he's beaten up. I'm never going to take that away from him. He may need a couple of bounce back fights, a couple of warm up. I don't even want to call them warm up fights, just a couple of fights at 154 to get him used to that and get him in at that, you know. As for Terrence Bud Crawford, there's a fight there. A lot of people are throwing Keith Thurman's name out there. Danny Garcia. I think Danny moved up, though. But I don't want to see Bud Crawford versus Keith Thurman. There's only one fight to be made at 147 for Terrence Bud Crawford. And his name is Boots Ennis. Bud versus Boots, first quarter or springtime 2024. PBC, TBC, whoever needs to make that happen, Al Heyman, let's go. Let's make that happen. Boots versus Bud. That's what should be next. That's the fight we want to see. At least that's the fight I want to see. Even though I will watch Spence Bud too, even though we know what the outcome is going to be. It may not be as lopsided, but we saw it, man. Terrence Crawford is just light years ahead. He counterpunched his face off. It was bad. Nobody expected a beatdown. It's the two best welterweights in the world. I wasn't expecting the ass whooping like that for these two evenly matched guys. Wasn't expecting it. Trying to think of what other fights are coming up. Oh, Devin Haney has announced that he's going to be moving up to 140 for a fight, but he still wants to fight at 135. He's trying to do that and keep his belts. Shakur Stevenson. Listen, somebody, please fight Shakur Stevens so he can stop pulling up at everybody fights and challenging him. Please give my man a fight. Canelo versus the Charlo twin. And listen, I don't give a damn. Jamal, Jerome, James. It don't matter. Canelo gonna beat both of them. He's gonna fight one and beat one. He's gonna fight the other and beat the other. And then he might fight who did he Plant or Benavidez or Beterbiev, whoever. I think Canelo has, once this 3-fight deal he has with PBC is up, I think that's it for Canelo. He's gonna ride off into the sunset. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna whoop the Charlos, and then I'm gonna fight this last 68 or 70 or 175 fight. I personally think he needs to stay the hell out of 175. He should never win above 168. But these boxers have to go for their challenges. They need a challenge. Tank's not active yet. Shakur Stevenson is looking for a fight. The heavyweights are all gonna be fighting. They're just not gonna be fighting each other. Anthony Joshua has a fight coming up. Deontay Wilder has a fight coming up. Alexander Usyk has a fight coming up, and Tyson Fury has a fight coming up. They're just not fighting each other. I guess 24 will be the year that the heavyweights finally stop playing and unify the heavyweight titles, because that'll really put a cap. And heavyweights, listen, boxing history has always shown that the welterweights, the middleweights, and the heavyweight divisions are always going to be the hot divisions. When you got an undisputed champion in those, they just tend to mean just a little more than anywhere else. Maybe lightweight. Yeah, you can throw the lightweight division in there too, because a lot of the greats, there's a lot of great lightweights as well. So I'm not going to just dismiss the lightweights. But some of boxing's biggest fights have been welterweight fights, middleweight fights, and heavyweight fights. Go look it up. I guarantee you, in the top 10, 6 or 7 of the biggest fights in boxing history and anticipated fights in boxing history have come in those divisions. I guarantee you that. But we're going to see what goes on there, man. I'm just excited. I am glad that boxing, this has been a hell of a year for boxing. This has been a banner year for boxing. The guys are fighting each other. The best are fighting the best. These dudes are putting their O on the line so they can get in there and prove that they the best. And as of right now, Terrence Bud Crawford is the pound for pound number 1. I thought the monster was going to be there regardless of this performance, but this performance by Terrence Crawford was just so dominating and just damn near perfect that he has to be at the top of the heap. It's Bud, it's the monster, and then you can fill in everybody else. And with that said, y'all, we're going to get up out of here. Make sure y'all tune in. This Thursday, I will be doing some sort of a show. My wife's birthday is this week, and we're getting ready to party with the wife. So y'all want to come and party with me and the wife for her birthday, just hit me up. Oh, this is for people I know. Y'all, if y'all don't know me, y'all know I don't fuck with y'all, don't even think about it. Just don't think about it. But football is here. Football is back. All the teams are in training camp. The Hall of Fame game is this Thursday, which is why I said I'm going to give y'all some inkling of a show. It's going to be in a can. It's going to be tape delayed. So it might be some stuff that changes. The news cycle changes up a lot. So that's just a part of this game, and that's just a part of reporting sports, and that's just a part of reporting news. So I'm gonna get on out of here, man. I want to thank y'all for y'all patience. Apologies for the wait. I just had to get me together. I'm always gonna choose myself and me being healthy and make sure that I'm where I need to be at to do what I need to do. So hopefully y'all understand that. But y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And creators, be great. Stay positive. because negative energy is trash. Peace, y'all.